Wonderful session, right? We had a brilliant start, such a great vision. Um, Many of you have been using GIS. Many of the Esri users also have been leveraging Esri technology and tools to create some of the most innovative and impactful applications. Applications which help you take decisions, which are very critical in nature. In fact, some of you create policies and procedures, processes around that, which to help us go to the next level of future, take the country to the next level of future, right? So it's building our future. But I'm sure you will all agree that our future will not be bright unless we pass this technology to the young generation. Young generation is so critical for us to make sure that they scale up this industry to the next level. At Esri, we always have believed that empowering next generation is so very important because that is what will shape the next level of GIS industry. At Esri India, we have been taking a lot of initiatives to support this. 3 initiatives I'm going to talk about. Number 1, we launched Map Your Way Application Development Challenge last year, where we invited college students to form teams, submit their ideas, develop apps, and bring to us, all on GIS. This year, season 2, we had an overwhelming response. And I'm very happy to share that top 10 teams are today displaying their apps. Top 10 teams from colleges across country are displaying their apps right here in the exhibition area. So I encourage you all to take some time out, go there and encourage them in turn. They are going to transform India for us, right? Our second initiative, which Agendra in the morning touched upon, was the GIS Academia Council of India, where our attempt is to bridge the academia and GIS gap. We believe that it is very important that the academia, the senior professors and the HODs of various colleges are always in touch with what is the latest which is happening in this world, so that they're able to pass on that knowledge to the young generation. Of course, he shared the number. We are very happy to say that many of the leading colleges professors have already joined that council, and the number is growing up. Tomorrow, right here at this venue, we're going to have the first launch meeting of that Academia Council. So I welcome the delegates for that council who are sitting among you. Our third initiative was to take GIS to schools. Yes, you heard it right, GIS to schools. And this has been a very, very exciting project for Esri India. Personally, for me, it has been very exciting. We conducted GIS workshops in multiple schools in NCR and Pune region, a small pilot. And in fact, one of the schools in Delhi, NCR region, which is Scottish High School, went one step ahead and they created their own school level story map contest. I had the opportunity to visit that school, interact with students, and learn how this tool is helping them explore our world. I mean, the excitement they were carrying in terms of just being able to make their own map was simply something I can't describe in words. And I'm going to invite Mrs. Anjali Saxena and Soham Kulkarni. Soham incidentally won the first prize of that school level story map contest, to come share their experience and research which they have done on this subject. Mrs. Anjali Saxena is the senior school teacher, so geography teacher in Scottish High School, Gurgaon.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I feel privileged to trace the journey of a Scottish High International School and Esri India.
Our association has been short but very fruitful. It was one of our students of grade 8. She participated in the story map contest in June 2016. She explored the story map online tool, and her story map was on the history of India, and it was awarded by Esri India. It was amazing to see that such a young child could cover such a large part of our history within a very short span of time. And the young audience to whom she presented in the school, they were very inquisitive about it. They asked so many questions and they could connect to the text and the maps very well. Realizing the potential of this tool for children to make their project assignments, We got in touch with ISRI, India, and associated with them. And this led to a series of workshops which were conducted by the team from ISRI India for the teachers and students of our school. Students were very quick to learn. This is a quality of this young generation. Very quick to pick up, very excited, and the workshop was right from class 5 to class 9. Many of our students were really interested and they made several story maps. This led to an in-school competition on the story maps. The story maps were very creative, well researched. In fact, we could not bring all of them for the competition, but we selected a few. And the efforts of ISRI India and the teachers of Scottish High could bring out very interesting projects, such as, I'll just give you a few examples. It was on the tribes of India by a grade 11th student who is going to make it as a main project for her class 12 assignment. Then history of India, as I told you. The impact of World War II on India, delicacies of India, monuments, and one of them was on, it was on clothings. Many interesting projects, and these are just a few from class 8 and 9th. We also realized that this tool will prove to be an asset for our teachers. It will make their presentations very engrossing, meaningful, and at the same time, they will leave a deep impact on the mind of their children. Today, Soham Kulkarni of grade 9th, who went a step ahead of his story map and explored the ArcGIS Online tool, presents his research to you on water pollution in India. He will tell you the topic and explain to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And good afternoon, everyone. My topic, as you all can see, is the most important areas in India which are polluted when it comes to water. And the main objective of this ArcGIS map is to point out these locations to help our government to fix the issues in these areas as soon as possible. So I'll start with the first location. My topic is the major water polluted areas in India, and these are the areas we should focus on. And the main objective of this map is to help the government to work faster on these areas. So we'll start with the financial capital of India, which is Mumbai, and it has these vast oil reserves which are used to fuel most of India. And because of the drilling and mining activities that take place here, the red area that you can see, it has a thin layer of oil on the ocean surface. So this prevents the oxygen from being naturally dissolved into the water, which results in suffocation of the marine life. So due to this, the exotic tropical life that used to reside here is no longer there. And due to the presence of ocean currents in the Arabian Sea, the oil is further spread towards the Gujarat coast in the direction of the arrows. So next we will move to Mumbai's main river, which is the Mithi. And Mithi flows through the Dharavi, which is the largest slum in the world. And because of the density of the population in this area, which is illiterate, lots of illegal activities such as dumping of urban waste and untreated sewage into the river takes place. And due to this, the riverbed is flooded with lots of urban waste. And this has caused the river to overflow and cause floods in Mumbai in 2004 and 5. So it is a major problem. Next, we'll move to India's most important river, which is the Ganga. And Ganga starts from Gangotri in Himalayas, where it is very clean, until it reaches Meerut, where it takes a heavy load of untreated sewage. And the other major cities that it passes through also pollute it. The main reason it is very important because it provides water to 40% of India's population, which is almost 70 million people. So we should work towards solving this issue. The four main cities which pollute the Ganga are Kanpur, which is known for its leather and tanneries, Allahabad, which is known for its chemical plants, Varanasi is a very holy site and it is visited by millions who dump their ashes of the deceased, and Patna, which is known for its textile mills. So because of the dumping of the chemicals and other waste from these factories into the Ganga untreated, it has caused a great blow to the wildlife and the ecosystem that is relying on Ganga. The next site is Yamuna, and Yamuna is the largest tributary of Ganga. So an estimated 2 million people have bath in this river daily, and it provides water to 57 million people. And it is a very clean river until it reaches Delhi and Faridabad, where lot of waste is dumped into the river along with untreated sewage. And the other cities that it passes through also polluted to extreme levels. So this is an issue we must resolve. Now we will go to the place where Ganga meets the Bay of Bengal, and it is near the West Bengal area. The riverbed and the seabed in these areas has a very high concentration of arsenic. Arsenic is a very toxic material and it causes lots of diseases like heart failure and mental illnesses. And because of the seafood that is eaten here and the water that is consumed here, millions of people are at risk due to arsenic poisoning. So it is a major health risk to all these people, and we must take measures to normalize the water over here. So since we have covered most of North India, we will move to the south in Chennai, which is one of the largest coastal cities in India. Chennai has 4 main rivers highlighted in blue, and these rivers take all the waste and sewage from the city and dump it into the Bay of Bengal. And because of the presence of a constant cyclone just a few miles to the east of the coast, the water movements dump the waste back onto the coast of India. So this is a major threat to the wildlife species that come here specifically to nest, which are the olive ridley sea turtles, which swim all the way from Indonesia for nesting. So these sea turtles have problem in nesting in these areas because of the pollution that is occurring in these areas. So this has caused a severe decline in their population, and we must also work to restore these areas. And lastly, we'll move to India's IT hub, which is the Bangalore area with hundreds of lakes, most of which have been polluted or have dried up due to encroachment and the poor implementation of norms. So due to this, the groundwater table that is there in Bangalore has diminished rapidly and caused water scarcity problems. And one more effect is that the ecosystem relying on these lakes is also now going extinct. So the cycle of the water cycle and the eco cycle in these areas is also diminishing rapidly, and the government must take measures to restore their lakes. So with that, I would like to say that with having the objective of this map on one side and the missions such as Clean Ganga and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on the other side, we must work towards the restoration of our water resources immediately before it is too late, in hope of a brighter future. So with that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.
Isn't he amazing, guys? What math can do to your young generation is what he has done. I mean, such an important subject for the country, and in a very simple research, he's highlighted it. So where did you get the inspiration to do something like this?
When I went for a trip and visited these areas, and when I was living in Chennai last year, and I took part in cleaning the beaches up. So that's when I saw the problems faced by people and the animals when it comes to water problems in India.
So that kind of inspired you.
So when ESRI was introduced in our school, it clicked that I should make a map on this issue.
So what's going to be your next project?
I don't have anything in mind, but I want to keep adding details to this.
Yeah, and there are many more areas which you need to
Right.
map. Yeah, great work, great by a young 9th grade student, ladies and gentlemen. May I request Jack himself to come on stage and present the memento. This is going to be a big encouragement for them. May I invite Mrs. Anjali Saxena back on stage to receive the memento.
Great. Amazing, isn't it? This was really amazing work, right? Now, this is a small step taken by us. Now, most of you here are GIS professionals. Now, you can help us multiply this. If you adopt a school and you work with a couple of children like this, and we produce so many maps and we educate so many schools in using geography, GIS in their curriculum or in their daily life, it'll have a multiplier effect. And what we can do to support that is provide software. Right? Because you can enable more children, more school like this, and that will be a great contribution if we can do that. Thank you.